行くぞ。
Hi, we are here at Jula Museum in Chulalongkorn University.
The exhibition called Reflection in Chinese Doll by Kun Sirikoi.
Let's come and inside.
The concept and inspiration of this exhibition is to regulate the roles and status of the Chinese women within the family and social aspect of the cultures. The exhibition portrays how the society reflects them to fit the gender norms prescribed by Chinese traditional cultures.
All the paintings in this art exhibition are painted in sculptural manner, like porcelain dolls, which reflect human characteristics as fragile, breaking as easily as women's feelings despite their hard demeanor. The link between the background and the dresses tell secret tale, both traditional art motif and symbol of modern household burdens. Thought as a doll, their voices reveal painful emotion without extreme respect and visibility.
This is mainly divided into three ages: childhood, adulthood, and older age in a series of paintings. The chosen paintings from the childhood series called Girls' Work compare with the Mona Lisa drawing of Da Vinci from High Renaissance period. The main theme of comparison is the characteristic of the figures. In the first painting called Girls' Work, the composition and contents of the painting reflect traditional Chinese norms. Firstly, there is a sharp contrast between figure and background through the use of clear brushstroke. Secondly, the graphic portrait in drapery reflect girls doing all household duties without any single man existing. This reflects different gender status in Chinese culture, praising boy more than girl. Thirdly, the hand posture and face expression of a girl is in a proper manner, trying to achieve ideal character of Chinese woman. When comparing to other painting called Mona Lisa by Da Vinci in High Renaissance period, the figures achieve similar composition and posture, but in a sense of more mystery way, which is reflect to mystic eye contact, unparalleled background scenes, and use of color in a smoother transition to figures and background.
The chosen painting that have been chosen are from the adulthood series called The Housework by Housewife, which I will be comparison with Miss Madame de Pompadour by Boucher in Rococo periods. The main thing that I will be comparison with will be focused on the scene and emotion of the painting.
In this painting called A Housework for a Housewife, is capturing a scene of a housewife in action doing laundry. To zoom in more detail, first, her facial expressions, her eyes reflect the feeling of tiredness, of being an ideal Chinese woman, wife, and mother. Second, the drapery, pictorial graphic detail that's showing similar action of her completing her duty. Apart from the detail, the technique of the lights and color were to enhance the importance of the female figures. which is totally opposite and contrast to Madame de Pompadour in Rococo period, where she is also seen in action but with totally different attitude. She is doing her makeup with an extremely pressure with her look and status. In summaries, both paintings are capturing female figure in action. Both females are sharing status of a wife with different cultures. As an accessory, a jade versus bracelet, clothing and environment that they belong, showing how different the culture and lifestyle are, give us a sense of how can we relate the painting to the reality. One look really realistic and another look as a fantasies.
The chosen painting is from adulthood series, which called A Boy, which will be comparing with The Holy Family with Saint Anne by Peter Paul Rubens in early or mid-1630. The main comparison will be the main emotional of the relationship between mother and child. In the first painting called A Boy, the main emphasis is portrait toward emotional relationship toward mother to child. You can see it obviously from their contrast with expression. The child is overly happy with freedom while mother is sad and tearful. The proportion of child body is also unrealistic and is positioned in the same height as his mother. There is also the pattern on the drapery of his mother showing female duty during all the household, whereas the pattern on the boy's shirt showing more freedom of playing around. All these elements reflect Chinese values that male is given more freedom than females. Even a boy could possess the same status as a adult does. This is totally contrast to another painting called Holy Family with Saint Anne, where child and mother show more love affection toward each other. This could be reflected eye contact realistic proportion. In summary, both paintings use light to shine on objects that they focus later than real natural light. However, with different cultural background, status of child and gender is being raised differently through different composition, face expression, and proportion.
The chosen painting from the Old Age series would be the painting behind me, which is called A Bearer, in which I will be comparing it with another painting called Olympia by Manet in the Realism period. So, the main comparison theme would be the symbolism through various elements that unify through this painting.
In the first painting called A Bearer, you would see that there are so many elements that portray and characterize this female figure in front of you. This includes the flower vase, the pattern in the drapery, the background scene of the ancestor ceremonial, which all portrays the traditional culture of Chinese women's role, how they bear the burden of being the only female gender in the family, how they need to take care of other family members and doing all the household duties. If you look more into the details zoom in, you would see that there are patterns in the vase and pattern in the drapery, which show a graphic representation of a girl doing all the household duties, and there's no single boy or man exists in this picture. Another great detail is in her face expression. You can see that she's crying, she is sad, she's not happy with what she's doing because she is the only one that do all the household duties, taking care of everyone. This is a mandatory duty of Chinese women in Chinese society. However, with all these details, another and last great detail is the background scene, which reflects the ancestor ceremonial. This shows how much Chinese society value and revere the aspects of family so much that they wouldn't do anything to destroy it. And this is totally contrast to another painting called Olympia, painted by Manet in a realism period, in which you would see a female figure in a naked scene doing a composition and poster of laying herself on a bed comfortably, proud of being a mistress and proud to be naked. Again, there's so many elements that portray how naked and how proud she is to be a mistress. Number one is the flower. The second one is the single slipper, which reflects the loss of innocence. The third detail is the eye contact, staring at anyone who's looking at her in a confrontation posture. This reflects the lack of modesty, which is totally contrast to the Chinese painting. And another great detail is the setting of the scene of the bed, which shows a really relaxing type of scene. And all these use of color and light all portrays how proud she is to be mistress, to be naked, and not valuing anything about family and her surrounding aspects. To sum up, both paintings use various elements in the setting to symbolize the quality and value of the female figure in two totally distinct cultural backgrounds, one in Chinese, one in European. One values so much about the aspects of family, another one totally disregard all the family issues, only focus on how proud she is to be a mistress. The use of color also pays attention to what they value the most, which is the scene of female figure.